Hi everyone, I'm Rhonda from Acres of Clay Kitchen, and today I'm going to share with you some food storage tips and techniques that I use in my kitchen. So many of you know that I have another channel called Acres of Clay Homestead, and on that channel I usually share our Amazon wish list in our videos. It's found in the description part of the videos, and recently I started adding that to the description so that people can see what we're interested in purchasing in the future or what we want or need of. A lot of you have asked, what are some practical things that you need around the house or around the farm? Since I had an Amazon wish list already, I decided to start sharing that with you. Well, on the list, the Amazon wish list, I had these. These are vacuum sealer, they're rolls of vacuum sealing bags. Well, you can make bags out of these. And these came from Jim. He's one of our longtime viewers. And so he purchased these for us, which came right directly to our P.O. box. Jim left a little note in the box that said, show us on a video what you use these for. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to share with you what I use these vacuum sealer rolls for. Okay, so if you have seen my canning beef video that I've done, you'll see that we just butchered some beef, and this is the way that I store my beef for the freezer. I make the bags. I cut the bags to size, which, because they come in a roll, here, let me show you. They come in a roll that looks like this. It's all one big bag, and then you cut it to your size, and then you seal it. You seal one end, you fill it with your product, and then you seal it, and it actually vacuum seals this, so there's no air in here, and it lays nice and flat in the freezer, so it's easy for storage. Now I do this with meats, with fruits, with veggies. I love to use these freezer bags because I just think that it keeps freezer burn out and does a better job than just using, like, say, a Ziploc bag. So I'm gonna kind of show you how I use this. This is my vacuum sealer. I got this at Cabela's. It's nothing special. I'm not sponsored by the sealer or the vacuum bags, nothing. I'm just gonna show you how I do this. So I'm just gonna show you an example of what we do. Pretty much, you cut it to the length that you want. Say I want it this long. This is a knife. You just run it across here like this. And then I typically turn it over and put it across. This is the heating element where it melts the two plastics together so that they seal. I flip it over, that way the curl is down, because it tends to want to curl because it's been in a roll. And then I seal it. And mine just has a seal, so, you know, everyone's a little bit different, but you seal it once it's finished, like that. Take it up, and I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not, but there's a nice seal here, and now it's ready to fill it with your product, okay? And this is a pretty decent seal. You're not gonna have to worry about it busting. I like to store pastas and things in these bags because if you're storing for any length of time, there is the opportunity for weevil to come in here and do damage. So I don't want any pest or anything trying to get into my box goods or my bag goods. And I'm going to share with you some of the other things that I also vacuum seal. I'm going to put this whole box, which is it's a pound of pasta. These are just little stars, and I like the little stars because I think they're fun if you put them in soup. So that's stars, and these will last a really, really long time. Basically, all I do then is lay it where it tells me to. This is how mine works. And then you vacuum seal. You push vacuum. You can see how it just sucks the air right out of it. I don't have to do anything. It's hands-free. And I just wait for it to shut off automatically. And at this point, it's shut off, but it's still it's sealing it at this point. There. So this is all sealed. and you have pretty much a very hard brick of pasta. So this is sealed completely, air sealed, and no bugs will be able to get in or to be able to hatch because there's no air for them to live. I'm also going to share with you some of the other things that I dry can. So this is different than using the vacuum seal bags, but I thought since it's kind of in the same category with using the food saver, I will go ahead and touch on that. But first, let me show you some of the other things that you can vacuum seal. So this here is pancake mix. When you're working with a dry ingredient, you have to be a little more careful because the powder will try sucking up through when your machine is vacuum sealing this. So it's drawing all the air, but sometimes it draws the powder up and it may not make a proper seal. So usually what I do is I double seal it, and that's what I've done with this one. I don't think you can probably see that on here, but there are 2 seals. And then you label it, and yeah, it'll last a really long time. What is this? This is coconut. So same thing, this is a bag of coconut. This will last a long time, won't dry out, nothing like that. This is grits, and some of my kids really love grits. And so I keep a lot of this on hand, especially in the winter months, because that's when they tend to eat more of your warm cereal types. But this is grits, and as you can see, I've cut out the ingredients so that when this gets opened, then they know how to make it. So, so before I vacuum sealed it, I just put this in the bag with it. I cut out the ingredients on the bag that it was in and just vacuum sealed it. This is what this looks like. Again, no bugs will get into this. I like to do the exact same thing with instant potatoes. This is just a big box of instant potatoes. And as you can see, it shrinks right down and it's gonna stay fresh. And I also put the directions here also. So whoever is making it knows exactly how to fix it. This here is coffee beans, whole coffee beans, as you can see. And coffee beans is not a long-term food storage, but when you remove the air from this, it seems to last a little bit longer. And this is something that I just started doing, was dehydrating marshmallows. I don't know if you can see that these are little marshmallows. And I had gone to an Amish food store where we bought a big box of marshmallows. It was actually 20 pounds of marshmallows for $1.99. And I couldn't resist, so I dehydrated a bunch. And I'm actually going to show you what they look like when I get to the jars. And so these ones are dehydrated. Can you hear that? And then I vacuum sealed them so they don't absorb moisture. But another great way to store these. Another way that I store lots of dry goods is by dry canning them. And I use my food saver with a hose and this is called a food saver jar sealer, which actually fits right over top of the jars like this. You put your whole hose in here, and if your food saver has a port where the hose can fit in, then your food saver will be able to do this. And this one's already done, and you can see it sealed it, took all the air out, so there's no air getting into this. This here is dehydrated cabbage, and in my lighting it looks kind of yellow, I think. I'm not sure if you can even see that very well. That's not very green. 5 pounds of cabbage because I forget, I think we were having a party or a gathering or something and I didn't use it. So I decided to dehydrate it, and yeah, 5 pounds. And it's been stored like this for 6 months so far. So I also dehydrate potatoes. These are potato slices. Maybe you cannot see that, I don't know. And I'll show you how this works. These are some of the marshmallows. This is actually a different variety of marshmallows. I did this earlier before I actually purchased these. These are really little ones. which are great for hot cocoa. But let me just show you, because these aren't, oh, these are sealed. Well, I'm going to open this sealed one for you so you can hear the seal on it. Did you hear that? So these are my dehydrated marshmallows. You hear that? Yeah, it's hard. These will last an amazing long time, and they will be great in your hot cocoa. So I'm going to go ahead and reseal this now that I've opened it, just to show you how it works. So you don't need your ring for this. You just need, well, this is a regular mouth. They come in regular and in large mouth. The regular mouth I have difficulties with, and the reason that I do, we don't really know if there's the distance or what, but I always have to add another ring inside of this ring in order for it to actually seal. Otherwise, the jar will never seal. I don't know why, but it's been like that for many years. Mine has a canister button right here on it, so all I have to do is push the button and it's going to draw out the air and cause a vacuum to seal this jar. Okay. And that's that. Easy peasy. Then I remove the hose. You hear that air. And then the top, the first top will be still inside. Sometimes it's stuck to this and you just pry it off. And then this is completely sealed. Okay? Now, sometimes I do like to store it with the rings on just in case it does pop its seal, because I have had that happen, but not very often. I also wanted to add that these I think are found on eBay or Amazon, or if you go to the Food Saver website. I don't remember how much these were. I've had mine for many, many years. So I've been doing this for a very long time. A few other things, as you can see, this is brown rice. Instant brown rice is great for putting in jars. Pasta. These are dehydrated apples, which I've done. These are dehydrated red onions. I store a lot of my medicinal herbs and things that I wildcraft. These are rose hips. Well, my lighting's probably pretty bad, but I have burdock root. I have ginger that I've dehydrated. This is astragalus root. I also store my salt in here. This is my pink Himalayan salt. It's basically the only salt that I use to protect it from getting hard or getting moisture in it. I store it like this. And I also like to store my dehydrated peppers. I don't remember how many jars of peppers that I did, but I did several, and this is one of them. We want to say a huge thank you to Jim for sending us these Food Saver bags or rolls, because we just butchered that cow and I was running super low. I actually figured I would have to buy some more, and so this came in perfect timing. I appreciate it very much. These will be super handy when we go to freezing berries, blueberries, strawberries, like green beans, corn, anything like that. These are great for. So I appreciate it. Thank you for thinking of us. And I want to thank all of you for watching and supporting this channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us get recognized so YouTube can share our videos with more and more viewers. So thank you so much, and we hope you have a very blessed day. Take care.